Yeah, essentially, try to get. What zoom is your lens?
We come back.
We back.
No one's assigned.
We back. We live.
Yeah, no one's. No, there's no rules.
We back. We live. I'm Kaylee.
Yeah, just try to get solo shots or at least duo shots, and just try to stay as steady as you physically can.
What'd you say?
And then hold it for like 15 seconds and then switch. Like try to follow around to whoever's talking, but don't move too much because then it just makes the editing kind of hard.
We back. We live. It's Austin Underground.
Or you can move. It's not like Nick has been moving and it actually looks kind of cool, so we've been keeping it in.
It's Austin Underground.
Yeah, it'll be like this.
We back.
We live.
It's Austin Underground. A show about all things music.
Mia, it's only gonna be 80%.
There's a.
Yeah. Just make sure once the video starts, like the chorus starts, press record, and then don't stop recording until it's over. Just make just record all of it. Even if you're not like awesome into that side, just save it.
A minute and a half. Who called me?
Who's on the first panel? Oh my gosh, it's the second.
Justin, Mia, and Emerson. Are you sure?
Oh no, we're
I'm on one day.
Every teardrop is a waterfall.
Oh, you're using where did I respect that.
How's it going, Mia?
Dude, I mean, let's look at the time.
Good.
Hey guys, 1 minute! 1 minute! 1 minute!
Guys, I just love everything that she releases. I have no like.
We're gonna kill this.
Okay, we're gonna kill this. Stone cold killers.
Wait, scroll up. Scroll up.
Scroll up. Scroll up.
Scroll up.
Who's it? There's no one in the chair.
I know. Mia. Can you scroll up a little bit? Alright, sorry. I mean,
30 seconds.
Oh,
I
fuck.
Mia, we're about to start the show. We're about to scroll down. I was just. Okay.
Is there 3 with you guys or 4?
Yeah, it's just y'all. 10 seconds.
3.
We back.
We live.
It's Austin Underground. It's a show about all things music related.
We're your hosts. I'm Kaylee.
And I'm Jacob. We have a magnificent show for you.
Tonight, we'll be giving you some music news, discussing the soundtracks of our lives, ranking Lana Del Rey era,
Breaking down Taylor Swift's vault songs, ranking Coldplay albums, and wrapping up with Bad Bunny Tequila Time.
But first, let's roll the intro.
You're watching Austin Underground.
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 And you're watching Austin Underground.
Now let's get into some music news.
Last Friday was the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. Among those inducted were Missy Elliott, Sheryl Crow, Shaka Khan, and Willie Nelson. There was a lot that happened, so let's try to break it down. Sheryl Crow opened up the ceremony by singing her song, If It Makes You Happy, alongside Olivia Rodrigo. Missy Elliott became the first female hip-hop artist to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and performed her hits Pass the Dutch, Get Your Freak On, and Work It. Elton John showed up to honor his longtime songwriter, Bernie Taupin, who was also inducted. Willie Nelson sang some of his hits, all while being 90 years old. There were so many big names, it'd take an hour to go through them all.
In other news, singer Pink Panthers reveals that she accidentally missed a studio session with acclaimed rapper Kendrick Lamar. He was originally going to be on her next new album, but the singer says she was watching Nightcrawler with a date who told her to place her phone on silent. Safe to say she learned her lesson and will never put her phone on Do Not Disturb again. Nonetheless, Pink Panthers is releasing her next album, Heaven Knows, this Friday, which unfortunately does not feature Kendrick Lamar.
Our final story involves a new single released by the Beatles called Now and Then. But wait, how? They broke up 50 years ago. Want to take a guess? Yep, it's AI. In the 1970s, when John Lennon was a stay-at-home dad, he recorded vocals for many songs, including songs from his solo album, Double Fantasy. But the vocals for Now and Then were compromised by the background sounds of a television playing, making it unusable. Today, with the help of AI, producers were able to isolate Lennon's vocals, making it possible to finally finish the song. That's when Paul and Ringo came in and added new drums, a new bass part, added strings, and used old guitar parts that George Harrison recorded in 1995. Together, they created a new Beatles song, Now and Then. Could this really be the last Beatles song, or is it just the beginning?
There's some great new music coming out this Friday along with Pink Panthers, including albums from Chris Stapleton, AJR, and a collab album from Meek Mill and Rick Ross.
Do you ever just listen to music and pretend like you're in a movie? Like the only thing that exists in the world is you and that song? You ever feel like you're the main character and everyone else isn't real? Me neither. But nonetheless, here are Justin, Mia, Emerson to talk about the music they would put in the soundtrack of their lives.
All right. Hey.
What's up?
So, we got some good selections here, I think.
Yes, I have so many playlists of like this topic specifically that I've like lost it in the array
So
of
many
playlists.
niche playlist titles.
So many soundtrack of my life playlists. You know,
Okay.
I love to, yeah.
Why don't you
fantasize.
give us one then?
Our Lips Are Sealed by the Go-Go's. I don't know why, like 5-year-old me was like playing that on Rock Band and just adored it. It reminds me of my mom too. I don't know, like 80s kind of new wave chick. But how about y'all?
You've been about it, seriously.
For real.
I would personally go, one that I would have rolling, as you know, you're at the start and you introduce all the directors, characters, and actors. I would have Life in Technicolor by Coldplay from the album Viva La Vida going for that.
That's great.
That's a great one. I feel like when I think about soundtrack of my life, I don't even think about the beginning song. I just think about the outro and like my death. And two songs that I have for that are You and Whose Army by Radiohead. It's one of the most like brain-shattering, just like absolutely. It's just like the beginning starts like a wailing sound. Like Tom York really did his all. I mean, Amnesiac is their best album, I will say. But that one is like I've just been shot by like set 6. You know, I'm like lined up. I'm like. That's my song for that. It's like, come on. I can't. But that's one
You
of
skipped
them.
the opportunity on Kid A for exit music for film.
Hey, that's too on the
It's too
nose.
cheesy. Yeah, exactly.
Do you guys have a death song in mind or?
No, actually, that was the one thing I skipped.
No, I actually
didn't really...
also don't have a death song.
I have Poppy Paula by Sigur Rós. I think that's how you pronounce it. On there, it's like very potent. I guess like that would be
Any
good.
Sigur Rós is, if I'm saying it right, is like
I don't know.
emotionally profound.
Icelandic. Yeah, exactly. So I think that'd be a good one. It's all about like childhood too, which would like kind of be dark. But I mean, I don't know. It's like about like jumping in puddles and like childlike wonder. I don't know. They wrote like a whole language for it. So
that's beautiful.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What's your next one?
No, this next one's more for like when your two characters who have been waiting to fall in love all movie, they finally get together, you've been waiting, and it's such a happy moment, and you have Lovers Rock by TV Girl playing while that's happening. It's the perfect
That's a fun
song for
one.
vibes.
They're probably like in a club.
It's the theme. Yeah,
One arm is
exactly.
about to go around a hip, something crazy.
I think that it is the perfect song for that moment in a movie.
Absolutely. I guess like in the terms of love, in my soundtrack, Something Stupid by Frank Sinatra, undeniably like I need that one. It's so heartbreaking, but the tune is so like cheery, like I can't like I think if I ever am meant to make a movie, I will be including it because it's just so like
For sure.
I mean, if you guys seen Better Call Saul, they use it like
Yeah.
several times, and it's so perfectly used because it's just such a distinct. It captures a distinct form of relationship. Because I mean, he loves her, but there's obviously this like constant running away, which I think would be a good thing to have in my soundtrack.
There's something powerful in every Frank Sinatra song. On the topic of love, okay, so when we were doing this originally, I thought we were picking specific moments from our lives. So I have like the one where I like realized I was falling in love for the first time, like on a bus back to Austin, and it's about a girl by The Academy Is, which is all like, it's like, I'm not in love, this is not, and I was like, shoot, oh no. And then I have Bless the Telephone by Labi Siffre. I think that's, I keep doing like hard to pronounce names, but that one was when, after I was in love and we got together, it was a very sweet song for us. So.
Yeah, Labi Siffre is all the vibes. I almost had a song on here. I was close.
It's a good music.
But one that I would go for, like, you know, you get a party scene, I would go for The Color Violet by Tory Lanez. I think that the vibes are immaculate on that one. It's good enough to be in the background, but still be noticeable story-wise.
Okay, that's fair. That's a good one.
Party scene for me, I'd have to do some from a ska because of like my 8th grade and 9th grade roots, like the impression that I get, or like Mr. Smiley. Also, I thought of a death song, and that's Firelight by Young the Giant. I had like a sweet moment with my family with it, so it feels like full circle, but like, yeah.
Okay, now I'm thinking of like another love song, and Piazza New York Catcher by Belle Sebastian.
Belle Sebastian.
That's a falling in love song that will be playing in my soundtrack. Like, that one is so beautiful. The lyrics are so sweet.
So good.
There's like one part, it's like, I love you, I have an adoring grip on your face. It's like, I can't even, I wish I could remember it correctly, but, do you have any last songs?
Love, death, party, I mean, what else is there?
What else do you need in your soundtrack?
What else is there in life? I'm a girl, all I do is sleep, eat hot chip, party, and die.
Exactly, and lie.
Yeah, I was
phone.
substituting the lie
And
for
charge
that.
phone.
And charge phone. No, my phone's almost dead, so I don't.
But, back to the host.
Stick around because after this break, we'll be ranking Lana Del Rey's eras and discussing Taylor Swift's new vault songs.
Lana Del Rey has become one of the most recognizable indie pop artists due to her deep lyrics and her eerie yet comfortable voice. Her single Young and Beautiful went platinum, and she just released her 9th studio album in March. With 9 albums comes many different eras. Here to talk about those different eras are Ari, Vince, Leslie, and Marina.
Hi, I'm Ari.
I'm Marina.
I'm Leslie.
I'm Vince.
We are going to be discussing Lana albums today, our favorite eras of Lana Del Rey albums. So to start off, we got to start. Okay, actually, I printed out AKA Lizzie Grant. This was one of like her unreleased things.
Yes.
And I honestly, personally, really love this album. She has some really good ones like Mermaid Motel and stuff on this one. So I wouldn't rank this super high on my list, but I really do like it. I really appreciate it.
It's like for when you're feeling like a little bad girl. Like I might go on.
You want to move to New York City? Like,
yes. Like I live in Vegas. I'm a little trashy. Like I really love. I love her unreleased stuff from like before she really became Lana.
Yeah,
definitely.
But this was like her first studio one, so I just wanted to include it.
I feel like it was a cute moment. Like that's a perfect way to describe it. Like it was just cute, but I think she has better.
Oh yeah,
she definitely.
It was just the beginning.
She gets into it.
It's really fun. I really do appreciate it. Okay, so next up we have Born to Die.
A classic.
Classic. In my opinion, it's like one of her best albums. I just feel like there are so many good. For me, it's a no skip album. Like, first of all, the intro, Born to Die, just like that orchestra sort of like intro is so perfect.
I was about to sing it and I was like,
you have blue jeans, you have video games. It's just so timeless. There are so many good songs on that album.
I think Off to the Races
So
is
many.
definitely
Off to the
my
Races,
favorite
yes.
off of that album.
National Anthem's my favorite.
Radio
Just so
had
many.
a moment on TikTok recently. Like that just shows like how timeless it is.
And Summertime Sadness is on that album. That's kind of like what launched her, I feel like. At least for me, you know? Like that music video came out, like everyone was talking about it, like it was a new pop girl entered the chat, you know?
And I like bring up Lana as being my favorite artist, and people are like, oh, I don't know any of her stuff. I'm like, yes, you do.
Yes,
you know
Lana.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
And this album, it spent like, I think out of all her albums, spent the most weeks on the Hot 100.
Really?
Or Hot 200 Billboard, the albums. Yeah. So.
Also,
I feel like
hot
that's important
take.
to know.
Summertime Sadness non-remix is better than the remix because I know the remix blew up, but like nothing will ever hit like just.
Who's advocating for the remix?
No one's advocating. I'm just saying for like if there's anyone viewing that's like okay.
I feel like that conversation was big when Summertime Sadness the remix blew up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of people who thought like the remix was better. And did y'all see there was a podcast recently with Cedric whatever, the guy who remixed it? I don't know about the DJ. Yeah, there was a podcast and he was saying that he like gave Lana her career basically. Which is like,
please.
Sit down.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
If you're listening,
you did not.
Okay. She was here first.
You thought you ate, you didn't.
Okay, so what do we have next? We have
next up we have, where did she go?
Ultraviolence.
Paradise.
Paradise first.
Okay. Embarrassed.
You're getting ahead of yourself.
Off of there is the deluxe edition, I think, of Paradise, and she has Lolita on there, and she has. Shoot, I forget what the other one was, but that's probably my favorite.
I always think of like, you know, like, yeah, it's amazing. Okay, we gotta go.
She has cola.
A little bit. Let's go on to Ultraviolence. We love Paradise. Ultraviolence. Okay. Fave track on Ultraviolence.
Brooklyn Baby. Easy Brooklyn Baby.
Okay.
Ultraviolence for me. Ultraviolence. Yeah.
I love. I feel like this is hot take, but Florida Kilos.
Oh my God, me too.
Yeah, that one's really good.
Shades of Cool.
Shades of
everything.
Cool. Just this whole album is so good.
I think
West Coast too, like the way the beat switches up in the middle.
Old Money though, guys. Old Money.
That one makes me
underrated.
If, like the second I put that one on, like I'm going to
over.
cry.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go on to Honeymoon. Yeah, Honeymoon. So, okay, Honeymoon, I have thoughts. This is one of her worst albums, but has some of the best like singles on here. Like Terrence Loves You. Oh my gosh.
Well, Art Deco also. Art Deco is iconic off that album.
Yeah, we got what else did we get off this album that was iconic?
High by the Beach.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yes, that's like okay. The music video where she has the freaking bazooka and like shoots the helicopter down.
I love that.
Yeah, changed the world.
Okay,
Started an
next up,
earthquake.
this is gonna get me in trouble. This is my least favorite.
No, I agree. I agree.
It is my least favorite. It's the weakest link.
It's very weak.
No, for me, like 13 Beaches, Cherry, all of those are so good.
Okay, her performance
is good.
of Cherry live is like one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life.
And also, what is it called? Change.
Oh,
that's such a beautiful
and
song.
also Tomorrow Never Came with Sean Lennon.
And
they need to do another collab.
Her ASAP Rocky collabs, Summer Bummer and Groupie Love, White Mustang. I don't know.
Dude, oh my god.
It's not the weakest.
Summer Bummer takes me back to a different time.
Yeah.
It takes me back to a different time. Okay.
What I think is the strongest is What's Up Next, which is Norman fucking Rockwell.
Oh my god, I'm like.
Norman fucking Rockwell.
Okay, this one I get, like, I feel like I catch a lot of heat because this is not one of my top ones.
Really?
It's not.
This one is no skip for me. This is the most no
This
skip of
is-
everything.
I think I'm Ultraviolence then NFR.
Yeah, that's valid. Like NFR is amazing. Like I really do, but I do have skips. I won't lie, I do have skips.
What's your
on this
skips?
one.
If you know.
I don't want to say. As a Lana fan, I can't
Okay.
call out. I don't know.
I feel like
Cinnamon Girl's on there though.
Yeah,
Cinnamon
yeah.
Girl is insane.
I feel like the vibes. I mean, the vibes on all her albums are immaculate, but I don't know, something about this album, like Happiness is a Butterfly,
Oh,
High
cried to that one
Disappears,
so many
Cinnamon
times.
Girl. I don't know. This
I
for
do really love
me.
it, and there aren't like many skips, but a skip is a skip.
Yeah.
This is
Like,
when you're
we're-
feeling
yeah.
delicate.
Yeah.
Though.
Delicate,
This is the aesthetic
Like
of this album.
Mariners
I'm
Apartment
delicate.
Complex.
Oh my god, F it,
I'm
F it, I
Don't
love
touch
you.
me.
F it, I love you. Go so
Venice,
hard,
Venice,
bro.
beat, bleep. I don't know.
Venice, bleep.
We're censoring now.
Okay, on to chemtrails.
I would say
Well-
for me, it's one of the weaker.
When I was a waitress.
Okay, it has some good ones, but it's not a favorite.
It's not a
Okay, we're gonna
favorite.
speed up. Blue Bannister is my favorite.
That's your favorite?
Blue Bannister.
Whoa.
Arcadia is good. That's
I
the-
love Violets for Roses and Arcadia. I absolutely freaking love.
I think Blue Bannisters is better than chemtrails. I'll agree, but
And then
I don't know.
you're unique
For
that.
me, honestly, you're unique. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
For me, that one just didn't really catch my attention. But
It
I mean,
didn't for me
anyways,
either.
anyways.
we can end up
And
with
lastly, we have.
Tunnel's my second favorite. I love Tunnel.
I love Tunnel too.
See, I
do
feel
love
like
Tunnel.
this says a lot. I feel like those two being your favorite shows the separation of like the Lana fandom. I feel like you either like the first half of her discography a lot, or like the second half is your favorite. But I mean, they're both good. They're just like different vibes.
They're different vibes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Do we feel like Lana's evolved as an artist?
For sure.
Absolutely.
Right?
If
Yeah.
anybody says
Yeah.
otherwise, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But you know what? Through all of it, she stayed strong. You
Yeah.
know.
She really did,
She stayed
and we
strong.
hope she keeps going strong.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Okay.
watching us, guys. We're gonna send it back to the hosts.
After the disputes over Taylor Swift's music catalog, the singer finally gained the rights to her music.
Queen.
She began re-recording her old albums, including Fearless, Red, Speak Now, and recently 1989. She took this opportunity to release 5 new songs straight out of her musical vault. Tonight we have our own in-house Swiftie to discuss those new songs. Take it away, Michelle.
Hey y'all, I'm Michelle, and as much as I would love to go in depth into every song on 1989 Taylor's version, we're only going to stick to the track songs. The vault songs, I'm sorry. So, the 5 tracks that were released are seen on the album. However, there's a 6 that can be found at Target on a special vinyl and CD. Now, the final 5 that we're going to discuss are about a particular ex-boyfriend of Taylor Swift's. Want to guess? None other than Mr. Harry Styles himself. Before you go hating on the man, let's think about this, okay? These songs were written in 2014, so this is not about Mr. Love on Tour and Watermelon Sugar Harry. This is One Direction, frat boy Harry era, okay? Taylor and Harry are good friends, so let's start with a few songs, shall we? I'm gonna say some popular lyrics in each one and give you a little in-depth of what they could connect to. Starting with the first song, the title, bear with me, is Slut. So, here goes some lyrics. Got love struck, went straight to my head. Of course, everyone's gonna fall in love with Harry Styles, so of course Taylor would too. And if they call me a slut, you know it might be worth it for once. The fact that Taylor was allowing people to call her that because she's dating the Harry Styles, queen behavior. Moving on. In a world of boys, he's a gentleman. Of course he is. Mr. Harry Styles is a gentleman. Moving on to the second track, Say Don't Go. I would stay forever if you say don't go. It's a little sad because Harry didn't tell her that, so now she's with Travis, but it's okay. Next, this is a long one. It says, why'd you have to lead me on? Why'd you have to twist the knife? Walk away and leave me bleeding, bleeding. Why'd you have to whisper in the dark just to leave me in the night? Now your silence has me screaming, screaming. Whatever Harry did to her, that was very heartbreaking. And I'm pretty sure that Taylor went through it, but thank God for these lyrics that came out of it. Next, we have, why'd you have to make me love you? I said I love you, you said nothing back. Harry, you're dating Taylor Swift and you don't tell her you love her? It's a little painful. Moving on, we have the third song, which is Now That We Don't Talk. Now, Taylor in the beginning was, talking all lovey-dovey about Harry and feeling a little confused. Now she's gonna get a little aggressive here, okay? So it says, you grew your hair long, you got new icons, and from the outside, it looks like you're trying lives on. So, of course, Harry Styles got new tattoos, he grew out his hair, he was trying this new era, this new look. So, she was gonna write about it because she had no opinion since she wasn't with to say anything about it. Next, she brings up Mama Swiftie. I call my mom, she said it's for the best. Remind myself, the more I gave you, you wanted me less. I cannot be your friend, so I pay the price of what I've lost, now that we don't talk. If Taylor Swift was able to not communicate to her ex-boyfriend, who's Harry Styles, then anyone should be able to not communicate to their ex-boyfriend. So don't text them. Don't even think about it. Moving on, I don't have to pretend I like acid rock or that I like being on a mega yacht with important men who think important thoughts. Guess I'm better off now that we don't talk. Harry Styles is seen wearing a lot of rock and roll and acid rock t-shirts. He loves yachts. He's taken his ex-girlfriend Kendall Jenner as well on one. And now that Taylor's free from that, good for her. Next, we have Suburban Legends. This one's pretty brief. We'll go through it quickly. I didn't come here to make friends. We were born to be suburban legends. Unfortunately, that didn't happen because they're not together. Next is, I broke my own heart because you were too polite to do it. Of course, because Harry Styles is a gentleman. She said it before. You had people call you on unmarked numbers in my peripheral vision. You're telling me that Harry Styles was cheating on Taylor right in front of her? Yeah, he wasn't really that big of a gentleman after all. Next, our last song is It Over Now? I think this is a fun title, and it played onto the album itself because Taylor put it as the last track to sort of hint or give an Easter egg to her fans saying, is it over now? Is 1989 over, or is there gonna be more? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. So, let's dig into these lyrics. Let's fast forward to 300 takeout coffees later. There's a photo of Harry Styles holding jumbo's amounts of coffees. I see your profile and your smile on unsuspecting waiters. You dream of my mouth before it called you a lying traitor. You search in every model's bed for something greater. I'm not going to say who Harry Styles dated after her, but we all know who this is for. Next, was it over when she laid down on your couch? Was it over when he unbuttoned my blouse? This is Taylor referencing when she started dating Calvin Harris after Harry Styles, just to mess with him a bit. When we lost control, red blood, white snow. This relates to Out of the Woods on 1989. Harry Styles and Taylor Swift got into a snow accident, and Harry was left with stitches, and, well, you can put the pieces together. Blue dress on a boat. There was an argument between Harry and Taylor, and we don't know if it was the breakup or something happened, but Harry left Taylor on a boat, and she's sitting in a blue dress, just like this, so I recommend you go look for it. Your new girl is my clone. She really was. She looks exactly like Taylor, which is a little sad. And lastly, we have, if she's got blue eyes, I will surmise that you'll probably date her. That's another reference to the Your Girl's My Clone. But all in all, these songs are just incredible because Taylor had the ability to take 5 songs, go in order, and show how she was madly in love. It kept going, how confusion started, how the rage happened, and then the heartbreak and the acceptance of moving on from Harry Styles. I encourage you to go listen. I encourage you to hear the entire album. Go out and buy the vinyl CD on her website at Target. And thank you so much for listening, and we'll take it back to the hosts.
Stay right there, because after this break, we're going to be making a tier list for the Coldplay albums and then spilling some tequila with Bad Bunny.
The band Coldplay wasn't always the global sensation that they are today. Before they won 7 Grammys and headlined the Super Bowl, they were just 4 young Londoners trying to make it. Unfortunately, their 27-year run is finally coming to an end, as Chris Martin says that after the year 2025, they will not be making any more music. But for the time being, we have Vince, Justin, Sebastian, and Drew here to rank their current 9 studio albums.
Hey y'all.
Hello. I'm Sebastian.
I'm Vince.
I'm Justin. I'm Drew, and we're gonna rank all of Coldplay's studio albums. This will be the definitive ranking.
This is the only ranking that goes to whatever matter. Yeah. Like forever. So let's go random. What do you think?
Let's go. Let's.
You want to start here? Yeah. There you go.
Ooh, the newest album.
Drew loves this one.
Music of the Spheres.
Drew loves
this
this one.
I do.
Right?
Yeah, I do. I love this one. Yeah. It's got some guilty pleasures on it.
I thought it was a fun.
How guilty are these pleasures?
Pretty guilty.
I like how some of the songs are titled with emojis.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that before.
Kind of lost me there.
I don't know if it really hits, to be honest.
I saw the track list and I saw that there were emojis and I literally fell to my knees. I thought it was.
It was kind of sad.
With laughter or crying?
It was beautiful, but terrifying. Kind of like.
I think the lowest
I'm feeling like
D.
I think a D is good.
All right, let's stick it in D.
Yeah, come on.
Next up, we got the other newer one. The other one.
I'm an apologist for.
Really?
I really like this one. Like,
You really
actually,
like it?
Really?
yes.
This one feels like a mega church to me.
It does, but it's like so big and so ambitious that it just kind of works for me. It's like,
Wow.
I don't know.
This one ain't it.
You know
for
what,
me.
Drew? You're a visionary.
I
We
know.
can stick it in C.
I'm fine
I
with
don't
C.
know if
I mean, it's lower ranking for me, but it's still
Okay.
good.
Yeah, I just thought it was kind of boring. Like not
Yeah.
not offensive. Like it was just
there. It's like Grey's Anatomy.
It barely felt like Coldplay.
Medical
I think it was more
Just
experimental than their last album. Like it felt a little more like mature.
It just didn't really feel like Coldplay to me, to be honest. It felt like a washed up.
I need my
type of
Coldplay to
version.
feel like Coldplay.
For real. And let's hope this next album does that. Here we are.
Yeah.
A Rush of Blood to the Head.
Absolutely.
One of the best albums.
This is your favorite.
Second release.
This is, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. This is my #1 pick in the Coldplay draft. I think it's a great album. I would listen to this album on repeat in 8th grade. It's a beautiful album. A lot of good songs in it. This is my S tier.
I would also have it in S tier.
It's my favorite too.
Really?
Yeah. Respect.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
I
my
would have
third
it in S tier.
favorite, but I think it's also
It's
S
my
tier.
second favorite, but it is S tier.
So I would go mid S tier because I think there's an album that's better than it.
Okay.
I think I know which one.
Our first S tier, A Rush of Blood to the Head.
Then we find Viva La Vida.
This is the one.
Oh my gosh.
This is a good one. I enjoy this one.
It's a good one, but it feels a little bit too much more like I'm on a quest, and I don't always want to feel like I'm on a quest. It feels like
it's too stressful.
This is for your new D&D campaign.
Yeah.
Okay, this is like.
It's worth mentioning that it is a concept album on the French Revolution.
Well,
so that's kind of why you get that
That's
feel.
why it's like very baroque.
But
It has the strings and like the cellos, like Viva La Vida. Like every high school orchestra plays Viva La Vida.
That's very true. I think it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like I've heard this album a lot of times, and it's not necessarily like my favorite batch of songs, but I can really respect what Coldplay is trying to do here.
Yeah.
So
I would put it in.
I would also have it in S.
There you go. Like, I have no qualms.
Let's go S tier.
It's not my favorite, but
let's stick it there.
It also quick plug. It spawned one of the best Minecraft covers ever.
Yes.
One of the top.
You guys remember? You remember?
Yeah.
You remember? You know
Check
what?
that out on our YouTube.
What y'all know about Take Back the Night?
You know what? You know what?
Or wait, no, wait.
Let's forget about Coldplay. Let's just go back
Dude,
to
I just got chills.
No way.
This next album we have is Milo Xyloto.
What do you know about
Dumbest
this?
title.
The middle child of the Coldplay album, the 5th album.
I'm not gonna say the name of the album. I just don't want
It's kind of where they.
MX.
It's Milo Xyloto.
That is
Xyloto.
That is really dumb.
It's definitely where they lose their sound. Like it's sort of where you're like, okay, you're not really you anymore. But they do have Princess of China.
There's some hits.
There are
China
a few
is legit
bangers.
amazing.
They have Princess of China.
Rihanna
They got
collab,
Paradise.
insane.
You got Charlie Brown.
Paradise.
Hurts Like Heaven. A good one. What do
Charlie
y'all know about that
Brown.
one?
It's like the waterfall.
But here's
something
what I have to
like
say
that.
though. These are all the singles.
Exactly.
The deep cuts are not that good.
No, there are a lot
Not
of
that good.
misses on this
Not
album.
bad. Yeah.
So for that reason, I would probably put it on the A-B border.
I put it on
Yeah.
B.
B is fine.
But also,
B is fine with me.
Also, can we agree? This is like the beginning of the downfall.
It is. It is the beginning of the downfall.
That earns B.
And that is worth talking about.
So
Yeah, we'll go B. Next up, we have Parachutes.
Keep going.
I like Parachutes.
You're pretty hyped for this one.
First
Discount Radiohead.
album, best album.
Yeah, it is good.
I mean,
You
the
think
run,
they hit it when the iron was
run
hot?
of Yellow, Sparks, Parachutes, Trouble. There's not a better 4-song run
I need you to list more
in the
songs.
entire discography.
Yeah, list
Shiver,
all the
Don't
songs.
Panic, Spies even.
I don't know.
More songs?
Personally,
But
I feel like they kind of blended together a little bit.
It sounds like very early 2000s, like adult contemporary Radiohead, like.
It reminds me of Death Cab for Cuties, like their first.
That's a good comparison.
Like it's very like somber. Like each is individually good, but when you listen to them in succession, you're like, oh.
But it's pretty good though. Like
For me, I think that there are enough standout tracks, and to start out your entire music career with an album this good as a debut is absolutely remarkable.
That's
to have a
definitely true.
unique sound that still kind of fits into the genre of the time.
I agree with you.
I would have this S, but if y'all want to put it A, I'm okay with
I would
that.
put it A.
I'm good with S. Like I like it.
Like Yellow
it's my
is one of the
second favorite.
biggest anthems.
AS border. I can do that.
Yeah.
AS Border.
There you go.
All right, we got three
get
more.
that.
We
We got
go
three
a
more.
little
We
bit
gotta-
faster on this one.
Yeah, we'll go that. X and Y.
X and Y.
For me, solid A tier.
I think this is A tier. They're kind of sounding like U2 on this one for me.
Yeah.
Like a little bit of like,
That's
you know,
Which I know about U2.
Octone Baby, you know, but like it's still good. I think it's pretty solid.
Yeah, I mean, it has Fix You, and I think that is arguably the best Coldplay song out there.
I'm not the biggest
I don't need to be fixed.
I need to be fixed. I need to be fixed in my soul.
You should be your song.
I think a good solid A
I'm
tier.
already fixed.
I'm honestly full S tier, but I think public opinion's A tier, so we'll do
I'm
it.
feeling
good.
A.
We can do it.
I'm feeling A.
I think a high
Personally.
A. I think a really high A.
Yeah, like here.
Personally.
Yeah. That's good.
All right.
All right. We have a head full of dreams.
Easiest album cover ever.
Or like
Can we
a
talk about
head
that?
full of
Easiest
mid.
album
Yeah.
cover
A head full of mid.
Wow.
Dude, but it has Adventure of a Lifetime, which is one of my favorite
Yeah.
pop songs ever.
What a great like guitar lick.
It's
like,
just undeniable.
Dude, the vocal sample. You know exactly. It's a beautiful.
the monkey music video.
Dude, anybody watching right now?
The most Wreck-It Ralph their album.
Yeah. I would put this right below my Xylitol.
Pixar,
It's super
Disney.
record.
We'll do B.
All right, and last
And this
one,
one-
fitting that we don't have a lot of time to talk about
'Cause this
this
one
one because
sucks.
there's nothing to say about this
Yeah,
one.
put it down.
It's a little
This is
D-tier
album-
stinker.
On the back.
That
Put it
is
on the back of the
album
graph.
NyQuil. It is NyQuil.
Off album.
All right, that's
That's it.
that's our definitive AU ranking. Let's take it back to the host.
Bad Bunny's 2022 album Un Verano Sin Ti broke so many records and went platinum a total of 5 times. 5! Not only that, but he has 3 Grammy Awards, 4 Latin Grammy Awards, 8 Billboard Music Awards, and 13 Lo Nuestro Awards. You can't stop him! But maybe our next panel can. For our final segment of the night, we have Leslie, Michelle, Daniel, and Mia for a special edition of Austin Underground Tea Time, or in this case, Tequila Time.
Today we're going to be talking, or first of all, I'm Daniel,
I'm Michelle.
I'm Leslie.
and we're going to be talking about the new Bad Bunny album, and we got tequila, too. This is not real tequila, it's water,
Yeah,
but let's take a shot
disclaimer.
before we dive in and give our hot takes. Let's give it a little cheers.
Cheers. Salud.
Salud. Okay, this album.
Nice.
I guess just first impressions. What do you guys think?
Honestly, I wasn't as impressed. Like, I liked the album, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But Un Verano Sin Ti was just like my album. Like, that was a dance album. It was for concerts. It was for festivals, anything. But this one was more of just trap. But that's okay. It was still okay.
Yeah, it was. I think in the second song he said it was trap de galeria. It feels very like fancy trap,
Yeah.
which is kind of why I really liked it. I really digged it. There wasn't like there was a couple songs that really stood out to me, but I just think it's long. There's just too much like filler that I personally think shouldn't be there.
Yeah, so I don't know like what your guys' background with Bad Bunny is. I personally was like, I will say was a diehard fan because I don't know, like I didn't even get tickets to his concert this time around. But I was there for like every album drop. He was my #1 artist the past like 3 years, but this year I don't think that's gonna happen. And with this album, I was a little disappointed. Like I would say a lot of his other albums are like no skip, and this one was super duper long. I feel like sometimes it's better to have a shorter album, but have like hit after hit after hit, rather than have like 20 songs and like 7 of them are good, 3 of them are like great, and then like the rest are like, you know?
And I think that's a strategy that he's doing of like making as many songs as he can and just seeing what sticks, seeing what like blows up. And
yeah.
I think a couple of them did stick. I love Monaco a lot. I think it's got a really, really, really clean beat, and it just, I don't know, it sounds so cringe to say, but it goes pretty hard.
It does.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, like how you said that you were a diehard fan, now, you know, it's going a little south. I sort of, when I was listening to it, I felt a connection with like Doja Cat. You know how she really put out who she was, and she lost a lot of fans. I feel like the same thing is happening for Bad Bunny, but you know, some are staying, some aren't. So we'll just see how this year goes for him.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still a fan. I just feel like, first of all, my music taste has changed a little bit. So, like, I don't know. I just don't.
But it's normal. Every artist
exactly.
has an evolution. You know, they
Exactly.
see Bad Bunny trying something, that he hasn't really tried before.
Yeah, I mean, I respect what he did with the album. He's going back to like his roots because he did start off with trap, and I guess also for me, it just didn't appeal to me as much because I'm not the biggest fan of trap, and his other albums were more like reggaeton, or even he experimented with like some rock and pop, and that's like more of the music that I like. So I think that's why I gravitated towards those albums. And for this album, I did like the trap, but like I said, I'm not the biggest fan, so I think that's why it wasn't my favorite.
But on that note, you know what time it is? It's time for another shot.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
cheers.
Okay. Cheers. Cheers. Okay.
We're not doing that, guys.
Okay, I honestly, I think it was really interesting, like really reading the lyrics of like how, are you struggling with the?
No, I was just laughing. No, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, and this table is covered with water too. He has such a big ego in this. He is, I don't know, if you listen to some of the lyrics, like he calls himself the greatest of all time repeatedly, comparing himself to the likes of Messi and Maradona, the equivalent to that in music. I mean, he has a big ego, but honestly, I think he kind of has deserved it. He is the biggest Latin artist probably of all time.
He said, and I quote, "I'm not in my peak, I'm in my prime."
Yeah. And he is styling in this album. He is Bad Bunny. He's living life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, going to Monaco, seeing F1 races, dating Kendall Jenner for a bit, just doing, you know, what you do when you are a billionaire and everyone is worshiping you in the Latin American community.
To add on to that, like I know he said Messi 5 times, as I mentioned. And then the Kendall Jenner as well, and he talked about like their love life and how like they communicate, because we know she doesn't speak Spanish. And he also brought up his ex, Gabriela, and he actually like thanked her.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I don't know, like he gave her some credit for like what he's being. So
Yeah, no, props to that.
yeah.
You guys have a favorite track? One that stands out?
Yeah, for me, well, I have 2. I would say it was Baby Nueva as well as No Me Quiero Casar.
That one's good. The beat on that one is
beat was
good.
Okay. I like Vo.
Vo is so good. I was gonna bring that up. It's been stuck in my head all day.
Yeah. And then Where She Goes was just, I thought it was a good single to hit out. I like it.
I will say that I feel like sometimes for me, I feel like a disconnect between like singles and albums, because sometimes the singles drop like so far in advance that to me just feels like, I mean, I feel like it does fit in with the album, but it kind of feels different from the rest. I felt like that was kind of the same with like Daquiti for me and his other album, El Último Tour del Mundo. Like it does go with the album, but I was listening to that one for months on end, and then the album came out, so I was like, I don't even count, like that one's so good, and like I do count it, but
no, it definitely
you know
throws
what I mean?
off the flow a bit. But in general, I don't think it's his best work either, but I do think it is a testament of his artistic ability to try. Well, I know it's not a new genre for him, but I do think it's a much more produced, you know, I got like Kanye vibes sometimes, like the Weeknd vibes, very like grandiose, yeah, whatever that word is. Like a very, I don't know, you can tell this is a big project for him.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I do still have a lot of respect for him. Like it's still charting at like number 1. I don't know if the album is like did chart at number 1, but like a lot of the songs were charting, and I mean he still has a lot of people that do love the album or like do love the new music he's putting out. So he's obviously doing something right. Maybe it's not my fave, but I mean
someone's fave.
Someone's fave. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's all the time we have. Back to the host.
Here at Austin Underground, we like to acknowledge members who go above and beyond to make this show so incredible. This week, we'd like to give a huge shout out to Nick. Thank you. Thank you, Nick, for everything you do, from taking incredible pictures to editing AU content. We couldn't do it without you.
Thank you, Nick, and thank you all for tuning in today.
And remember, if you want more of Austin Underground's latest content, make sure to check out our social media at Austin Underground and our website, austinunderground.org.
But for now, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.